Let me start by asking you something I want to know since I was a little kid.
Oh, please.
What does the gray stuff taste like?
Oh. It's delicious. You know what? It was a special effect. I never got to know what the grey stuff tastes like. That's so sad.
That is sad. We'll get you some. Can we get her some grey stuff?
Can we get me
please?
some grey stuff from somewhere?
Disney owes you a feast.
They do.
Of grey stuff.
I will remind them that.
I'm curious, you were attached to a version of Beauty and the Beast that Guillermo del Toro was going to direct.
Yes.
How did that become this version?
So it's been this crazy journey. People don't realize, but I've been attached to telling this story for 7 years now. And yeah, there was an Imagining, which was at Warner Brothers with Guillermo del Toro, and then it kind of fell apart. I think, you know, there were issues with budgeting and scheduling and all sorts of stuff, and then Disney kind of said, well, would you like to be in our version? And I said, absolutely. I guess I need to prove to you that I can sing now. And I spent weeks putting together an audition tape and sort of waiting on tender hooks to see whether or not my voice was enough to carry a musical like this. And thankfully it was. So it kind of but it's been this whole journey, really. It's been amazing.
And what are you physically doing when you're on set? What does it
Right
look
now.
like? What are you doing right now?
What are you doing? On set, on the day, I was in a Lycra muscle suit on stilts, about 40 pounds of sort of rubber, covered in grey Lycra marker dots on the stilts. And yeah, we would play the scenes, and then every couple of weeks I'd go and do the facial capture separately, and Emma would sit the other side of this strange cage, and my face was sprayed with 10,000 UV dots, and we'd play all the scenes again. And they'd take that data away and morph it into the beast and map it onto the body that we'd puppeteered on set. But yeah, on the day, I just looked like a crash test hippo on stilts, really.
It's such a strange experience watching, and I can't wait to see it again, simply because you watch it and you're aware that this movie, you memorize the animated version, and I think most of the world has at this point.
Right.
But then there's these little twists that make it something different. And I'm curious what Bill Condon mentioned or talked to you about doing that.
Well, I think in all departments, really, there were sort of little twists and turns, and I don't know where to begin.
Yeah, no, I think, well, for me, certainly, the fact that Alan Menken had written 2 new songs for this was unbelievably exciting. I mean,
3
to have
new songs.
Oh yeah, you're right, 3.
3.
Yeah, no, to have the original creator of these amazing songs be able to give us something new for this version was incredible. And I think working with Bill and Steve Chbosky and Evan Spitopoulos, I'm so bad at saying his name, but anyway, and Dan and I working together to kind of fill in, you know, pieces of conversation, to fill in sort of a little bit more of their backstory, all sorts of things. It was just wonderful to get to expound on it all.
Well, it was looking at their dynamic as well, the Belle and Beast dynamic in a slightly different way. I think something that we both enjoyed from the original relationship was the sense of humour. But obviously with an animated creature, the comedy comes more from a slightly cartoonish sense. So we were looking for a version of funny that would fit with this dynamic. We looked at the fact that the original conception of Belle was loosely based on Katharine Hepburn. So looking at some of the actors that she'd gone toe-to-toe with in sort of screwball comedies and things, and trying to bring some of that element of humour to it. And yeah, finding a bit of a dry wit to the Beast that Emma Watson's Belle could and would fall in love with. I couldn't be a Beast that Emma conceivably wouldn't fall in love with.